What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Renil, what's up, man? Oh, we got Travis up in here. Let me see some muscles. Relax, relax. Chill. Renil, how is it out there in Ohio? No, put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Yes, sir. All right, that's good. So, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Ooh wee. All right, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Eddie, of course, and we're doing things a little different today. You know, I got a little bored of doing the recording the video and then posting it on YouTube, just simply because I wasn't able to do it in the format that I actually was having fun with, which was doing the day-to-day stuff. And if you are not familiar with what's going on in San Francisco in the Bay Area, man, it is like the wild, wild west out here, man. People are getting robbed. Crime is going up left and right. Windows being busted. So I'm just going to play it smart. It's not even like I'm being a little scaredy cat or anything, but I'm just playing it smart, man. I'm not taking no chances. I'm not about to get my camera stolen or nothing. So I have not been bringing my camera with me while I'm driving, which is why things have changed of the style format of my channel. But with doing live sessions, I can still give you the same, results of me driving through the week, give you the weekly recap, of course. And then also allows me to interact with you guys in real time versus getting flooded with comments on the videos and stuff like that, or responding to comments from my very first video type of stuff. So, and we're even going to go through some of those things today, some of the comments and stuff like that. We're just going to go ahead and react or respond to, not necessarily respond, but it'll just be part of the discussion of the questions I get asked that are a lot common when it comes to driving and stuff. But he said, "Hey, yo, the hair, my guy. You know it. You see it. Got the curls back, man. Got the curls back." But yeah, let me get to the point of what happened last week. As you can see, I did not make $2,000. Man, no excuses. It was all on me. It was all on me. People are worried about, you constantly see people talk, drivers, on social media and stuff, or YouTube talking about, oh, the fares are low. I'm only getting paid this amount per mile, blah, 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 just being negative Nancy's like they always are, man. That's why we're different over here on this channel. And along with Ronnie Speed, big shout out to him, big homie. Our message is different, man. Everybody's negative and stuff, and they actually don't appreciate the capabilities of what you could get when it comes to rideshare, man. Like it's an easy gig, bro. It's easy money. And, everybody else just wants to cry and complain. So let me just go ahead and show y'all what I made last week. It went by pretty fast, but 1962. So I was right there at the end mark. I did not drive on Monday, as you can see. I tried to make a different slideshow, but it was it would just speed through at the end. So I'm just using this one, and it's going to kind of fly by the days a little bit. So I'll try to talk about them as the best of my abilities that I can. So one, as you can see right there, just Monday alone, man, since I didn't drive on Monday, that was already like a huge dent into the week. Not necessarily detrimental, but as you can see, if I were to even just make a lousy 150, I would have easily been at 2,000. So it is what it is. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to go through these days with you. Because Because even Sunday, as you can see here, Sunday I drove 9 hours and 11 minutes, and I was at 393. I mean, that was with the bonus. As you can see, I got 130 from that. And all I had to do was make $40 more. All I had to do was make $40 more. And I just decided not to. One, I wanted to practice and get used to the streaming software and everything like that, so I could get this going this week. But you know, $40 short of 2,000 is still a good week, man. So everybody is crying about the fares and stuff and saying that you can't make good money. How? Show me where, because clearly it's still here, man. It's still here. So as you can see, Monday did not drive. Tuesday, I was actually only online for 7 hours and 42 minutes. So another day that I could have made improvements on to my final earnings. And Tuesday, I think I got a late start that day. So that was one of the reasons why I just didn't decide to, stick it out, because I didn't want to be up mad late, because on some of these days I ended up just saying, screw it. Even though I started at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I drove all the way till, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and did the 12 hours or close to it. So Tuesday, another day that I could have made improvements on. But it's all good, man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'll put this back up here in a minute. Sometimes you just got to do, what's best for you in your situation. I know I will not die if I don't make 2,000, but I'm definitely always going to strive for it and get as close as possible. And I think the easiest key to that is, maximizing your potential, man. And you do that by driving the maximum hours. It kind of sounds crazy sometimes, and thinking, everybody's excuses about being burnt out. Well, we've been doing this, man. I've been driving for full time now for the past 4 to 5 years, and I still keep even make improvements on my driving and stuff. But if you haven't seen yet, Ronnie Speed, bro, he's literally out there proving to every naysayer that's out there talking about, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. He's literally y'all fueling him. Y'all are fueling him, bro. And he's just making y'all look like some clowns. But things I could have just improved on is just simply sticking it out longer. And I wasn't getting up consistently at the times that I wanted to. But, as you can see in the later on in the end of the week, it wasn't stopping me from, still getting to it. So those are just minor things, man. I didn't have a bad week. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But of course, I definitely could be accountable for things I could have done better. So sticking out longer on the road, and like I said, getting out on the road at more reasonable times, not getting out at 9 a.m. and later than that, 10 a.m. I like to at least, my old ways used to be like, I would not be on the road any later than 7 a.m. Obviously, that was pre-COVID, and things have changed and the work dynamic has changed, which is what has allowed me to still make good money even starting at the later hours in the day. The biggest thing is always about sticking through it and executing and doing the times, man. Doing the hours. So as long as you do 10 to 12 hours, you're gonna make decent money, man. And everyone wants to talk about markets and stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, obviously market has a huge play in it, but the only way you're going to be able to talk about or know about your market is if you actually do what we're talking about, which is doing the time. That's the only way you're going to be familiar with your market, is that, spending the time and, being out there on the field, man. And once you drive the max hours, obviously you're maxing out your potential. So the biggest thing is like, for example, like I showed you on Tuesday and on Sunday, I left money on the table. And you could easily say that for Monday, since I didn't drive at all. So you leave money on the table, and you could have done better. If you really think about it, you could have done better. So when you drive 12 hours, well, no matter what I make in those 12 hours, I did the best I could. There's nothing else that I could say about what money I brought in. Obviously, days are going to be better. Some days are going to be good. Some days are going to be worse. But no matter what, if I made $200 within that 12 hours, I couldn't have possibly made more. If I made 300, 400, best I possibly could have done. So that is why it's really important to drive, you know, the maximum hours that they give you. And like I said earlier, when you drive the maximum hours, that is the only way that you're going to be able to know your market. You know, everybody wants to sit there and talk about how much of a professional they are with everyone's market, but they're not even driving anywhere close to the hours that I am. So I don't know where you even get that from. And then also when you drive, when you're on the road that much, you obviously start paying attention to things. You start picking up on patterns. You start picking up on what works out and what areas are, you know, you become a pro. Like the more you're doing it, the more you're figuring things out, man. So, you know, when you're like in certain neighborhoods, you know that you're not going to, you know, either want to be in those areas. And that's when you could really start getting to the cherry picking and stuff, since everybody loves that tactic. That's all you hear about on, you know, these platforms is how people cherry pick, but they don't even cherry pick properly, bro. They just out here just being lazy and finding excuses not to work. So there's that. And then also when it comes to you driving the maximum hours, you actually sometimes could surprise yourself of what you're actually capable of. You know, and this could go so much further than driving, man. Like driving definitely like amps up other skill sets or disciplines that you could carry on to other places in life rather than just driving. So it creates good discipline. And then, like I said, it sometimes it surprises you. You're like, damn, like if you drive 12 hours for a week, you know, you drove 80 hours. You're like, man, I would have never thought I could do that. And you probably wouldn't even want to if it wasn't up to like, if someone didn't either inspire you or show you that it's possible. I know that when I first started driving, especially since I was doing it like part-time, I would just do it for the quick, like $100. And then like, or I would settle sometimes. Like if I used to think like 180 or 200 was like a really good day. And I would just stop. I would just be like, all right, cool. I made $200. I'm going to the crib. So, you know, things like that, you know, when you start maximizing, you like, oh damn, I didn't even know this was possible. And then you start creating new thresholds. You start, you know, if you were at, you know, like I said, I would go home at like 220 or something. I'm like, oh damn, I'm chilling. But then you're like, oh, well, let's try to make a little bit more. Then you hit 250. You're like, oh shit. Then you hit 275 or 300. You're like, oh damn, I would have never really thought that you can make this money. So then you start getting curious. You're like, all right, let's see what we could really do. And then you just, you know, start learning things more through on the way. Robert, this dude, Robbie, man, this dude just be trolling, bro. What up, Ryan, Brandon, the boys? Oh, the boys are up in here. Ryan, Brandon, we got JP, Josh. What's up, man? What is up? I wish I should have. I meant to post it in one of the driver groups on like Facebook or something, so we could get some drivers in here. And but you know, hopefully we get some drivers up in here and see what they talking about. He said, "Smile if you see this message, bro." I see the message. Uh-oh, they fighting over me. But let's see, yeah. And I know I said, is driving, like, is Uber and Lyft dead? Because a lot of people keep talking about it. They start, you know, it's one excuse after another. The Waymos are taking the jobs and clients. Oh, the driving market is getting too saturated. So, you know, the more drivers that are out there, I can't make this money anymore. The bonuses, they cry and complain about bonuses. And it's just like, it's like cope, man. It's cope for them to be negative. Like they just want it. They don't want to succeed. And then also you always want to ask people when it comes to driving, what are you driving for? Like, what's the end game for you? Are you just planning on driving the rest of your life? Because you're already losing at that point. Like, it's not going. The future shows that it's not going to be that way. Like, you cannot drive forever. And why would you want to? It's a gig, bro. It's gig work. So, driving's not dead. Yes, does it change a lot? Absolutely, man. Like, if you think about, I was going back and looking at the videos that I was posting like my first couple of videos on YouTube, man. And that was what, like a year ago. And even that difference, a year difference shows, you know, the fares were way better at that time. I was driving less hours. And I kind of regret it now because, like, I'm like, damn, bro, like I should have put the pedal to the metal, you know, last year, because I was making like $400, $500 within like 8 to 9 hours. So imagine if I drove like 4 more hours, bro. I would have definitely been hitting like average $500 to $600 a day. But yeah, man, everybody hyper focuses on those things, you know, about the changes. Everybody starts freaking out the moment things are different. Like if they adjust the way surges are, at the end of the day, man, I don't really care. Like, obviously I'm gonna pay attention to it if it's like that detrimental to my life. And obviously if I can't make money or anything like that, where it's like, you know, I'm recognizing that it's that bad. Okay, then I'm probably going to figure out something to get up out of there. But everybody just wants to, like, why are you still driving then? If it doesn't meet your needs, why are you still driving? Like I'm always so curious when it comes to those negative people. Fares and stuff vary all the time, you know, and my my good friend Ronnie, you know, he made a great point the other day on his stream, is like sometimes those $4 rides that everybody's so scared to take and says they're not worth it. How do you not know that person may not give you a fat tip? You know, especially if you're likable, you know, make them laugh and stuff like that. You know, you get them $10 to $15 tips. Okay, that just turned into a $20 ride. And it's even more beneficial because it was short. So who cares? And then obviously I pay attention to like how slow it is. If it's mad slow, and I'm not getting any requests, and the requests that I do come in are like $4, $5, I'm gonna just take them. I'd rather not be sitting around not making any money. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna make money, bro. Like, that's what I'm out here to do. I'm not crying. Like, obviously you could pay attention to what rides work best for you and, you know, what you find worth it. But some of y'all just, I was literally watching a guy on YouTube the other day. What he would do is, he would sign on in real time and, you know, it'd be screen recording his phone. So you would see the request come in and he's just declining, ride for ride, bro. Like back to, like, I mean, he was doing this for a solid like 3 minutes straight. I'm not even kidding. And it's like, why are you doing that? Like I kept seeing a couple of them, like, damn, I would have hella took that ride. Like, why are you declining them? And people just get so hyper focused on these stupid things that do not matter. Like, how much am I getting paid per mile? Like, how many cents and dollars am I getting paid per mile? This and that. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, man. Because, like, there's so many factors that go into everything. So it's just like another excuse. Like, it's another reason not to drive, I feel like. You know, you got people in, like, sit around and wait at the airport just, you know, diddle daddling. Like, they do not care to make money, bro. Let's see what's going on with y'all. Robert, you talking to me? You do not miss me, bro. You don't never be calling or nothing. You ain't trying to go shoot. Actually, I'm not even trying to shoot anyway. Like I said earlier, people out here getting got. So you crazy because you got that Leica. So you crazy going out there. Wow, rude. I know you ain't talking about my mom. Oh, what tips and tricks do you have to keep your focus and drive day in and day out? Man, there's a couple factors, and there's things that I definitely need to improve on, man. But one of the biggest things is, one, making the content. You know, I think this will definitely be like refreshing for me, doing like live streams and stuff, being able to talk to people in real time and respond to stuff, because, you know, it's just, I could talk a lot, bro. I could just sit here and talk. But you know, it's like I said, it's easy money. So I know there's not that much. The biggest effort that I got to put in when it comes to driving is just sacrificing my time, man. And also sometimes your social energy, because obviously passengers could be, you know, annoying, or, you know, they could be pushing your buttons a little bit. But, I guess it's always about like what I think about when it comes to the end game, man. Like, yes, obviously make good money, but then what can I invest that money into to, you know, for me to level up, as far as camera gear, equipment, to be able to do this in the first place. And yeah, just being able to find a way to build community through this as well. That's definitely a huge goal of mine, is to build community with other drivers and stuff, being able to do like, meet and greets, and, just having a huge network, man. Cause then, you don't know what other people are capable of and what their skill sets are. So there's other, when you have that big network, you might have somebody who could, do graphics for, t-shirts or something like that. So then you have someone you could, work with on, merchandise and stuff like that. So, one of the biggest things, man, is just knowing that it's going to take me to the next level. So that's one way I keep my focus, man. And also, I think what helps me was I already have a pretty decent discipline at default. So, being an athlete, my background, I think, I'm just used to being able to laser focus on stuff like that. So I really don't struggle terribly. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I definitely have trouble sometimes with staying on track. But the biggest thing is how you get yourself back on track, man. How you get yourself back on track. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all like some of the comments and stuff that I'm talking about when it comes to these other drivers, or just people like they're bots. They're like bots in real life, bro. They're like bots in real life. They just be making up stuff. So let's oh man, what the hell? But for instance, I get so much hate on this short that I made, bro. It's so crazy how this short like low key kind of blew up. I got 46,000 views on it, and people are just so negative when it comes to this short. Damn, 11 hours, 7 minutes, 4:48. Pretty good. Damn. 4:08 in 8 hours? Yo, it was pretty good back then. Shit. 8 hours? Damn. See, man, I was selling myself short, bro. Like going back and rewatching this, it kind of pisses me off because I'm like, damn, bro. If I just stuck out the remaining hours, I could have definitely made a lot more money. Yeah, but let's look at the comments, man. Like this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Trent, this is my boy right here. Trent, he's dope, man. This was actually one of the first subscribers that I, was DMing back and forth, who also drove a Tesla. So we definitely had a lot of relation when it came to experiences with passengers, when it came to us driving Teslas. Because we drove it in the early days, man. People are just now, I know Hertz and all that stuff has like rentals that you could, rent out the Tesla and whatnot. But before then, like when I first got the car, no one was driving Teslas for Uber and Lyft. Nobody. I was definitely like, I call myself the pioneer, bro, because nobody was driving them, and you couldn't rent it. So, but he was cool, man. He was dope. He would sit here and he was from Philly. I think he lives in New York now, but he was showing me the differences. We were checking out each other's bonuses. He was getting crazy bonuses, man. His bonuses were way higher than mine. But he even challenged me to a drive off one time. I thought that was funny. He was like, let's see who can make more money. And that's cool because he claimed I inspired him. And it changed his driving style. And then he ended up challenging me. And he definitely, I think he beat me because he made a couple $100 more because he had that fat ass bonus. But look, here's a common thing too. People always talk about after expenses and then like after taxes. Look, taxes alone is almost half. Like, no, it's not, bro. Where do you even come up with these numbers? How are taxes half of your earnings? That's crazy. Then gas. This is how people don't pay attention and actually watch other content. I don't pay for gas. Stop asking. What market? You could easily just go to my page and see what market I'm in. I have like 5 videos that say San Francisco in the title. But yeah, look. Anybody will do anything to discredit you, man. Yeah, deduct gas, food, monthly oil change. Like, bro, I don't have oil in my car. And food, like, yeah, we all got to eat. So if you get a paycheck, you work at Google, you get a paycheck, do you deduct it? And like, well, actually, I got to spend this much money on groceries, so I actually didn't make, $2,000 bi-weekly or however much. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And disrespectful riders, danger. Like, man, just any excuse, man, which is fine. Like, all right, maybe driving isn't for you. I know what could happen when it comes to, me driving. I know that, people can mess my seats up. People are assholes. It is what it is, man. It's the name of the game. I do not care. See, I don't believe stuff like this. 10 hours, get 28 rides, but $500. I make $150. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, just show me. I need people to show me stuff like this because I got to see it. I got to see it myself. And also, this is when it comes down to knowing your market. If you know that if you really drive 10 hours every day that you drive in 10 hours, you're only getting $150 to $200, then yeah, maybe your market isn't good for Uber. It is what it is, man. Like, you can't just drive out in some random town and stuff, small town, and no one even uses rideshare and stuff, and they have their own vehicles. Your market matters. But Uber is a scam. This guy doesn't make shit, but will act like he does. It's all fake. These comments crack me up, bro, because I literally get this all the time that I am paid from Uber and Lyft to come on YouTube and make shit up. People were telling me that my earnings and stuff, when I'm literally showing my phone, they're telling me that my earnings are photoshopped and stuff. Like, bro, I do not have time. I do not have time to sit here and Photoshop stuff. Like, I think this one was funny. These comments, bro. I don't trust you. How much Uber paid you for this clip? Bro, I drove Lyft. Like, what are you talking about? I drove Lyft. You talking about Uber paid me? I wish they did. I really do. I wish they did pay me. Shit. I could do a lot more with my time. This guy was cracking me up today. He said, everyone wants to copy Ronnie Speed. Like, bro, do you not know I live with him? This is my best friend. What are you talking about? This was our plan all along, man. We've been talking about this for years coming. So people are funny, man. But then I also appreciate, let me just get back to this. I also appreciate, the people that do find inspiration. That's what also keeps me going back to you, Tyler, with your question of like what keeps me focused and stuff and my drive and dedication and stuff. Is simply when people DM me on Instagram or the comment section saying that, that I've changed their life, man, that's so crazy. Like, I would never think, of having that impact on somebody, especially when it comes to just making, Uber content, man, Uber and Lyft content. But, that's what I do it for, man. Like, that makes me feel so good. And that's part of my, like, me feeling the success out of what I'm doing. It makes it worth it. is people sitting there saying that it inspired them, and I'm getting them to do things that they didn't think that they were capable of. That's really dope. But what other points did I have today, man? About like I want to talk about like setbacks because I actually just recently experienced one, man. I just recently experienced one. I've had my car for 4 years. 4 years, and obviously I had to change tires. But as far as any other like replacement or repairs or anything like that, I had my first one. My car was, squeaking when it came to like, just like the weight, like if I would make a turn and I have more weight on one side of the car than the other, or it didn't do it too much, but it would happen sometimes when it came to like, speed bumps and stuff like that. And it would just I was getting this squeaking noise, and I was like, oh damn, like I wonder if something's going on with my suspension. So, I kind of like let it be or whatever, and sometimes like you just get weird squeak sounds from, the Tesla because like, your brake, since you don't use brakes often, brake dust and all that stuff, collects in there and in your calipers and whatnot. So sometimes it sounds like your brakes are bad and you need to change your brakes, but it's just brake dust. And so I was like, oh, maybe something like that. And then it just one day I started driving and it was so bad it wasn't even drivable. I was like, bro, I don't want people thinking my car is jacked up. It sounded bad. So I decided to take it into the shop. And in the meantime, I went and got a rental. And that's the only time I suggest using, the rental programs, man. They charge incredibly way too much for their cars. And you basically are paying off their shit 2 times faster than you would pay off your own car if you just bought it your damn self. That's why I don't suggest people to, do it for a long term when it comes to like renting Teslas for Uber and Lyft, man. Like I've done it once before, and people are paying, you're paying like $2,000 a month plus, and your car note wouldn't even be $2,000 unless you had horrible credit. But I mean, I'm sure you probably wouldn't even get approved for that. So you're paying off their car 2 times faster, because my car note was only $500, but I put enough down when it came to my down payment. But let's just say that your car payment is $1,000, bro. Like I said, you're paying off their car 2 times faster than you would if you were just paying it for your own. So I went and got a rental, and for the time being, for them to replace my rear shock is what the issue was. I took it to the shop, and they said that my left rear shock was leaking. So when it went ahead and replaced both shocks in the rear, and it seemed to do the deed. Commute Brand said, wow, driving Tesla rideshare for 4 years. How much have you saved on gas? Bro, I don't know. I haven't cared. I mean, I don't know. Everyone loves these numbers and stuff like that. But me, I just already knew that I was going to save on gas, so it didn't really matter. But I'm sure quite a bit, because, for instance, like I told you, I just had that rental, right? That rental, for me to fill it up with gas, was costing me anywhere from $50 to $60 daily, bro. So I think it was, it was definitely like, 13 or 15 gallon tank, because, I definitely filled it up to, like from 13 gallons before, and that cost me like $65 or something. So, and for me to charge, I think I could even go through my credit card statements and tell you right now how much I like pay when I charge. $9.99. Oh no, that might have been my premium subscription. So $12.42. Go to October here. $7.50, $11, $8, $10.25, $9.60, $9.84, and so on and so forth. You get it. And usually, and especially lately, I haven't really had to go too far. So I remember like when I first got it, which was obviously pre-pandemic. People are definitely commuting further, and their commutes would be from like San Francisco to Palo Alto, or Menlo Park, where like Google and Facebook is and stuff like that. But people work remote now, so I definitely don't go too far too often. So back then, I would normally have to charge about 2 times a day. Now I've pretty much only been charging once a day. So it cost me $9 a charge every day. So let's just call it $10. I'm spending $10 a day. But in the rental, I was spending $60. So there's your difference. Gas is always going to be higher than charging. Even and that's what's crazy is charging is more expensive now than it used to be when I first got the car. Bro, when I first got the car, it was like 10 to 14 cents a kilowatt. Now it gets up to like 50 cents a kilowatt. So that, if I since probably not everyone's familiar with the charging system with Teslas, is like 50 cents a kilowatt was pretty much like $20 if I charged it from like 20% to 80%, or a little bit lower than 20%. Because that's usually when I start going to charges, around 20 or under. So that would cost me $20, but that is still, I will still take $20 a day over $60 a day. So it's always going to be cheaper, and I'm in California, so gas prices are insane. It's just straight legal robbery, man. But anyone else have any other questions? I'm probably not going to hold on to this stream too much longer. I just wanted to come up in here. I'm going to put it back up so you guys can see the weekly earnings. 1962. Easily could have stuck out that Sunday when I drove 9 hours. But I just did not want to be out late on Sunday because Monday I wanted to come back and figure out how to operate the stream service and, get this going online for y'all. And I'm going to definitely do this, probably do this weekly, man. This is pretty fun. I feel like I was getting kind of bored of doing the previous content since I wasn't able to like actually do day-to-day stuff. So got to switch it up, man. Got to readapt. Said, wow, $10 a day can't be bad. Only overnight, off-peak and charger is cheaper. Yeah, exactly. Because, man, what was that's I'll give you a little cheat code that I do. So my little cheat code that I do when it comes to charging is, one, I will try my best to either set my destination to an area of a charger that I know is cheaper. Because let me just, before I start with that, is back when, like I said, they've already made so many changes when it came to me having a Tesla in the first place. When I first got the car, they didn't have peak hours and stuff. They just had a flat rate. Any time of the day you could charge, like I said, at like 10 to 14 cents. So now since it got a lot more popular, and obviously since rideshare, Uber, I think when it first, the first deal that they had was they bought 50,000, it was 100,000 Tesla Model 3s from Hertz, and 50 of them were purchased for Ubering. So, or 50,000 of them were purchased for Ubering. So obviously now that, more Teslas are on the road, and then also you have more Teslas for rideshare coming up into the supercharger, they gotta up it up. They gotta up the prices, man. So, what I like to do now is I will keep in mind, I'm very familiar with all the superchargers in the Bay Area at this point, unless it's a new one that pops up. But my little cheat code is I set the destinations that are available on the app, and I set them to or nearby the cheapest one. So I'll get a ride over that way, so I don't have to waste. I don't use my downtime to drive over there. Just more wasted time. So I get paid to drive over where the charger is, and then I'll charge it. And so right now it's actually worked out very well. And sometimes it's just a coincidence, but I'll end up getting a ride that's over by the airport, and there's 2 chargers over by the airport, but the one that's at South San Francisco over by the Hilton is cheap all day. All day. It was like 20 something cents all day long. Excuse me. So I just pretty much, that's my little strategy, is I try to get over to where the cheap ones are. That way I don't have to like spend more money when it comes to peak hours and stuff like that, because it's pretty common around middays when I need another charge. If I start early in the morning, definitely by noon or later. Ryan said, "You the best. Thanks for all the information." Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Renew, good job. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate everyone who slid in here, man. You know, and I'm going to definitely get more consistent with this. This was a lot of fun, like I said. And, you know, hopefully we get some more interaction in here. But, you know, I'll take 10 people in here, 10 plus people for a stream. Not bad, not bad. But I'm going to go ahead and slide up out of here. I'll leave this on the screen for a little bit longer so y'all can see the earnings. I think they stopped looping anyway, so never mind. But yeah, hope everyone is going to have a fabulous next few days with their family. Have a good Thanksgiving. I don't necessarily want to say Thanksgiving because maybe not everyone celebrates it, but yeah, hope everyone's having a good break and spend time with the loved ones. Oh, Renew, I probably can't get a super chat yet until my channel is fully monetized. So I have a few more watch time hours to get to. I think I need like 150 something more watch time hours to be fully monetized. But I appreciate it, bro. Don't even trip. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna message y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all how, or I'll call Ron or see how it's going out there in Ohio, man. Hope y'all having a good time. I'm bummed I didn't make it out there, but got set back with getting that Tesla repair. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. Oh, Jay, who is this? Is this Harvey? What up, fam? You came in a little too late, brother. About to get out of here. But hope all is well. I appreciate everyone sliding through the stream, man. And be on the lookout for the next one. Obviously, you already know what to do. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and, since you're in here, like the stream, because that will actually give me, you know, some engagement, and that actually pushes me out there into the algorithm. Because the last time I was on YouTube, Instagram, and I said I needed 10 people to follow me so I could get to the 1,000 mark, so I could start being monetized. Even I think initially it was like 15 people, but after that, like a week later, I just kept getting subscriber after subscriber and subscriber. And since then, that was just a few weeks ago. Since then, I've already gained an additional 120 subscribers. So those little things do help, and they do not cost any money. It's free. So just hit the thumbs up for your boy if you fuck with me. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping through, man. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, be on the lookout for the next one. You know, I'll definitely post it on, you know, Instagram and everything like that when I'm about to get back on here. But until then, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good break, holidays with the fam, and eat all the food that you can, man. I for sure will be. All right. Peace.